Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV, my name is Alex. I'm standing outside Selhurst Park after a 3-1 win against Crystal Palace. Father, you interrupted Jacob Fankamp at the end when he was talking about Sassy, and he actually took a lot of positives. So I'm just going to go straight there because that's what's fresh in my mind. Yeah. I mean, we won the game, but we couldn't keep a clean sheet. I wouldn't blame that on Sassy. I think that was more Madueke. But what's your problem with Sassy? Because he seems to be mixed opinions compared to a lot of the other fans.
It's just slowed up. He's just too slow at times. It's a slow build-up progression to kind of move the ball forward, and also Gusto as well in some sense. I thought for me Gusto had a worst game of his Chelsea shirt. I thought he was bad today. I don't know why. I think he might be picking up some injury. That's what I heard. Apparently, that when he went limped off the pitch, like something doesn't feel right about his movement and all. But other than that, apart from Disasi, you know what? I'll give him a second player, probably third player at least. That had a bad game. But Madueke for me, I can't lie, man. Like, fair play to him against Aston Villa, but boy, he was very shocking today as well. But no, we got the 3 points, but there's still that massive hole that we need to fix up,
What's the hole?
Slow. It was just too slow at times. Especially in the first half alone, I wasn't feeling too comfortable at times. What happened with last week's performance and coming to this week as well? And it's a massive difference as well. Like, it's the game plan. You have to ask Pochettino what is his actual game plan, because we started so fast last week against Aston Villa, even though today it was a tight pitch. But why don't we keep the same momentum as last week? That is where I feel like I'm very frustrated at times with this kind of Chelsea team, even though they're so young. But you've got to start fast and build up some momentum from last week's performances and this. Yeah. And this is why we always calling our team very inconsistent at times.
Well, we had a lot of possession when we started off, but we just couldn't really penetrate Palace. We couldn't create chances, and obviously we went on to concede the first goal. A lot of angry fans in the concourse. But I mean, do you not feel like we were in control of the game, irrespective of the lack of chances we had? We nullified Crystal Palace. Actually, no, that's stupid. That's bullshit. Ignore that. But yeah, I mean, I suppose what I would say is, from my perspective, I went in at half-time and I was pretty relaxed. I didn't feel like the game was over. I felt like we were ticking away and we just needed to find that rhythm.
I think, in some sense, you also right in terms of finding that rhythm, but also I think that the attacking pattern as well, that is where my concern as well. And also, Poch's game plan for me is very questionable at times, because alright, you went up with the same lineup last week against Aston Villa, that's fine, I don't have a problem with that, but there was just too many kind of silly errors that we gave away the ball a lot, especially in the midfield. It was just too much of a space between Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. It's just create that hole for Crystal Palace to capitalise it. Look what happened in the first goal. It's all for us to kind of like, it's all on our fault sometimes, Normally, because we control the game a lot, but it's just that basic football again. It's just passing sideways, passing in the centre, cross passing as well.
Pointless possession basis.
Basis, like you said. And I know this team is too young at times, but boy, we got to find some sort of an inconsistency at times, because right now we're not in the position that we are at the moment. We got a tough run of games coming up as well, and that is where my concern is that. You see, Nkuku was on the bench.
Yeah.
I thought for me he should have started today. I don't think Madueke was fit enough. I don't think fit is not the right word. Probably like he's not suited for this.
Maybe
sharpness. But
he came off a good Aston Villa game. I mean, Aston Villa are a better team than Palace.
Yeah. I feel like this is a very different opposition side than Aston Villa. Aston Villa are more playing over a high line compared to Crystal Palace, because they're missing a lot of players as well. And that's why we forced Palace to play that low block team. They couldn't even get out. Like, they had only 2 chances in the first half. One of them is for our own mistakes. So I think it's also part of the game plan for me is also questionable Poch at times. And when he took off Gusto as well right at the end, fans was asking, what is he doing in the 81st minute parking the bus when we trying to chase another goal?
He wasn't parking the bus. I mean, Gusto gassed out. He ran out of energy. I mean, that was quite clear for me.
it's kind of different from what I've seen. I thought at first he was limping off, or something happened. Maybe Poch changed it tactically, or from I think from your side of view, I think you might be right. But because I was on the far side of the corner flag, like, I could not see clearly what happened to him. But other than that, like, his movement was okay. But when he kind of initially went off to the pitch and also started walking, something that's wrong about it. I think it just goes to show as well. I think the level of fitness is. I think the training session was kind of too intense as well for some of these players, and that's the thing. That we need to have this kind of conversation about these intense training sometimes. You know,
Father, what are you talking about? Players need intense training sessions.
Yeah, but Alex, like, how? Okay, you said intense training session, yeah.
This is Chelsea, mate. What do you want them to do?
I know, but why do we have so many players injured right now? What is Poch working behind the scenes?
We had injuries under Lampard. We had injuries under Potter. We had even more injuries under Tuchel.
How many injuries do we have right now? Our players are made of broken glass.
So why is that Poch's fault?
Of course, it's not only Poch's, but also you have to look at some of these players not taking care of themselves as well.
So you just think there's a case of individual professionalism?
Individual professionalism, but also the training itself, the training method for me. I don't know what he was thinking behind the scenes, but it worked out today. But I just want to see him a bit more of that consistency in some ways. That I just want to see him, you know, create that best starting 11. At the moment, we haven't got that right now, and it's just going to be changing a lot, though.
That's true. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You've got to take it seriously. After this interview, I'm going to be having an ice bath just for the hand that's holding the microphone.
We're going to having a nice podcast then, if Lou is available tomorrow, and talk about this backlash, you know. And you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to talk about Poch in the beginning, and then all of us gonna rout against each other with Lewis and that. And because it's just like we want to see some good things at Chelsea, but at the moment there's a lot of disagreement in some ways. You know, me and you kind of Poch in, Lewis is like in the fence and that.
Oh, you're Poch in?
You know what, Alex, yeah, I'll tell you in the beginning. I'll tell you the truth, yeah.
Oh, the tables have turned, my friend.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you the beginning. This is the real story, by the way. In the beginning, I wasn't very convinced. Because or Poch, yeah, but
you said we would win the league, Father.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I never said that.
I was on a podcast when you said it.
I never said that on my life. You can go back to the podcast. I don't know what episode is it.
I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up. Pull up the clip.
Get Josh to put that on TikTok.
Pull up the clip, and then we'll see who's committing the crime here. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's you, but
no, it's fine. It's fine.
But look, let's be serious here, like, because both of us here kind of go back against each other with Lewis and that, with maybe Scott in some ways in terms of, you know, Poch in or Poch out argument and debates in the podcast. But again, we just want to see some good wins on the trot. We just want to see some good consistency and a big test on Saturday, Liverpool next week as well, so in 2 weeks later as well. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a good discussion tomorrow, Lewis, as well. We're looking forward to that, by the way, if you're available. But yeah, shout out to the Carefree Lewis G army as always, you know, backing Lewis as a Poch out army. But I'm going to be shameless here anyway, so yeah.
Say it.
Yeah. I say
what you think. Poch in.
Hey, Poch militancy. We are Poch militancy here. Let's be shameless here. Poch militancy hive in the building right here, yeah? Both of us. Hey, Lewis, please reply the message tomorrow, Lewis. Please, let's have a podcast. Let's have a genuine conversation on this.
All right. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you.